I'm not going to be holding back on this video. So if you don't like what I'm going to say, then it's not for you, and you should probably just exit. But I'm not going to hold back, and I'm going to say everything what I need to say. And it might be very controversial, but I don't give a fuck. So the youth of today, I don't like any of them. In fact, I'll give the benefit of the doubt of some people, and when I say I don't like the youth of today, there are some people that I make exceptions for, and there's a few niche of people, who are 18, who I've got on with, but for most of them as a group, most of teenagers, and just them altogether are absolute degenerates. Teenagers usually, when they hang around in groups, when they just loiter, when they're disturbing the peace, when we go into French Gate, or when we go into some kind of shopping centre, or just anywhere what's a nice built up communal kind of area, that's like a community kind of area where people like to go. It's very hard nowadays. It's very hard nowadays to go out and actually have peace. It's hard to go out and also be peaceful at the same time, because usually when you do go out into public, you know the consequences, you know what's going to happen, you know the type of shit that you're gonna have to deal with, and the type of fucking degenerates and cretins, the oxygen stealing fucking lowlifes who unfortunately you have to be around. And it's an absolute fucking embarrassment, and it's a disgrace that we have to be around these types of people. I really do not like youths at all. I really hate youths, the bunch of fucking scumbags who I would happily fucking kick the skulls in, the lot of them. I would absolutely fucking love to have them on a firing line and shoot every single fucking one of them. Now, like I said before at the beginning of the video, there are exceptions. There are individuals in the world who just happen to be teenagers, who fall into the wrong generation, who happen to stand out and not be like their age group. This video isn't for them, but like I said before, most of teenagers, youths today, a bunch of degenerates. I do not respect him. I don't want to be around him. I don't want to acknowledge him. I don't want to fucking listen to the whiny fucking what's the word? Whiny, annoying, irritating voices. And I think a lot of people think the same way as well. A lot of people, especially when you've lived on this earth long enough to know what it was like before this, when you've lived in this world long enough to know what people were like before this generation, you might have lived through the fucking 60s, the 70s. The people who are older and have more life experience, some of them are just as bad as fucking teenagers, but a lot of them have those values and principles about them, that they respect other people, they know how to behave in society, they don't want to harm anybody, and it's those people that I do respect. Not everybody is the same, and ultimately we all are individuals, And I don't mean to marginalise people and stereotype, but when something is happening so abruptly and it's happening often enough for you to know that what kind of fucking people these fucking low life degenerate oxygen stealing, knuckle dragging cretins are, you do marginalise and you do stereotype because it's the same kind of people, and a lot of the news I saw in the news the other day, it was a news article posted on Facebook. I think it was the Guardian or the Sun. There's a town recently. Residents have been fucking afraid to go out because of these low life individuals. A group of teenagers just throwing rocks at people's houses. At the windows, at the doors, and I don't hold back on what I say. And I posted a comment, and I said that they need to be shot. Military personnel need to be fucking sent out there, and we need to fucking wipe out a lot of them. They really do. Most teenagers need a bullet through the skull, and unfortunately that's not going to happen because of all the humanitarian laws put in place in UK, and unfortunately you can't do that because of the law and human rights. But I don't see any hope for him. When a dog bites somebody, it gets put down. But for some reason, people who, kill or torture other people or mentally scar them, give them grief, they just get a slap on the wrist. They just go to prison, but it's never the prison experience they get. They just, they like it because they're around the same sort of fucking degenerates as them, the same as them basically, and they get a pool table and a TV and good meals, and it's like, what is the point? What's the point of prison if you're just gonna go out and reoffend again? I don't know. And I don't think I'm saying anything unfamiliar. I don't think I'm, being too harsh here or saying anything that nobody's thought about, because loads of people think about this. They just don't want to say it. But the truth of the matter is that in today in 2026 society nowadays, it is hard to be a person. It's hard to just be a nice civil person, go out and keep level-headed and remain happy because we're faced with these fucking monks. We're faced with these kind of fucking cretins, and I wouldn't be surprised if mental health services are the busiest they've ever been since fucking 2000 whatever. And society does contribute to mental health a lot. It does. We've all got to share the same country. We've all got to share the same supermarkets, the same parks, same doctors. Sooner or later, we all kind of have to share the same space. And once upon a time I was more calm, and I wouldn't feel the need to say all this. I wouldn't feel the need to say anything about this because people used to be more caring, and they knew how to be human beings. They had empathy, sympathy. there was more of a community vibe there. But nowadays, it's like fucking everybody versus everybody. It's like a free for all, and unfortunately, these types of people, they're just animals. You know, they are animals. They don't know how to behave, and you can just see it in the culture. You know, teenage culture. It's it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. You know, they all dress like the fucking Rob JD Sports. It's all about, you know, dressing like fucking Bugsy Malone or any of all these fucking rappers that they listen to. H, RD, Bad Boy Chiller Crew. You know, it's like the more bling you have on and the fucking, you know, the more tram lines in your hair and the fucking having your hands down your trousers all the time and and having tracksuits on, the more kind of, the more you buy into all this shit as a teenager, the higher your social status is, and it's like they're all doing it because, you know, they're trying to get something. They're trying to get the fucking women and the status and have people fear them like they're the fucking best thing since sliced bread. You know, a lot of them have fucking huge egos, and we think that everybody should just tolerate them. That oh well, I'm just a youngster, I'm a teenager, I don't know any better. But the truth of the matter is, nobody can stand them. Nobody except their age group or people like them who haven't grown up yet can stand them. You know, I know this video is only going to get about 2 or 3 views, and not many people are really going to see this or comment. But, you know, if it doesn't get views, you know, this video is going to remain up. It's going to remain on my channel. I'm not going to take it down. And to be honest, I don't care who sees it or not. You know, I stated at the start of the video, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to say everything out as it is, how I feel. And I'm not going to give these lowlives, these fucking mouth breathers, any filter. I'm not going to give them any kind of nice words and compliments, because none of them are worth it. They're just a bunch of degenerates, and that's it.